foreign aid cash should be handed to the armed forces to compensate them for the Hurricane Irma relief effort, a former head of the army said yesterday. Lord Darnett argued that officials at the Department for International Development struggle to spend foreign development money wisely and questioned the government's aid spending target. The Royal Navy launched an unprecedented relief effort after Anguilla, the British Virgin Islands and the Turks and Caicos Islands were devastated by Hurricane Irma last month. As thousands of homes were left without roofs, electricity and water, more than 2,000 military personnel were deployed to the Caribbean alongside the Navy's flagship, HMS Ocean. But under international rules the £50 million bill cannot be met from the foreign aid pot. Lord Darnett, who was Chief of the General Staff from 2006 to 2009 and an advisor to David Cameron, told the Cheltenham Literature Festival that ministers should simply reduce the DFID budget and transfer that money across to the defence budget. He also raised the issue of the government's commitment to spend 0.7% of national income on foreign aid. If we can't afford in this period of the 9th or 10th year of austerity to spend more than 2% GDP on defence, I would question whether we can afford to spend 0.7% on our international aid budget, Lord Darnett said. It's a wonderful thing to be generous, but spending £12 billion and DFID struggles to spend it wisely, I'm not sure that's right. We've seen the British Armed Forces response to hurricanes in the Caribbean, but will DFID reimburse the Ministry of Defence for the cost of ships, Marines and people who were there? The former general recalled asking the House of Lords how the army would be reimbursed for the assistance it gave in the Caribbean. The answer was, "We have to be very careful to stay in the international rules," he said. That's a pretty limp answer in my view, but the way I'd like to change that is not to fight those rules. I would reduce by 0.6% the DFID budget and transfer that money across to the defence budget. The British overseas territories are deemed too wealthy to receive aid funding under criteria set by the Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development. It means spending in the region must be taken from other budgets. Britain sent 2 ships to help victims of Irma in the Caribbean. The Royal Fleet Auxiliary ship Mounts Bay, which carried 40 Royal Marines, was already in the area and was soon joined by HMS Ocean. Lord Darnett also called for the defence budget to rise to 2.25 or 2.5% of GDP, which would increase it by £3 billion to £5 billion.